Okay, this is my little demo for problem cause remedy codes and hierarchies, and I'm using Steve Green's example that he sent me today. I did change um, a few things here in the spreadsheet that he sent me. Um, this is BPU code, and he has this one listed as failure code. I just changed this description to description, and on the BPU codes he had a dash between the WD01 through 4. I just removed the dash for simplicity's sake as you're typing things out. I'm going to go through an example, and I'll probably I'll use this WD01. We won't go through all of them, but I'll try and do 2 or 3 levels of this so you can see how this gets built in Maximo. And just know up front that you don't have to build this before deployment. You can kind of work this out all on paper and come up with all the possibilities you want to do on paper first, and then as Maximo's live, you can have a clerk enter this, or you can do it like you guys are doing now, pre-deployment, and just have it there and ready. The only hazard I'd say is it's not giving you enough time to kind of work through this stuff in kind of a tabletop exercise, but either way is fine. That's my 2 cents worth for this. What Steve's got here is really excellent, and I think this is exactly what Starboard will need. So let's work through a few of these with this Maximo demo site, and we'll see how this goes. So I sent Steve this link to this page yesterday. This is IBM's Maximo 7.5 demo site, and the link I sent him brings you to this page here. And when you're on this page, it says we have a Maximo instance running, just called Maximo Asset Management, and the username to log into it is Maximo, and the password to log into it is lists1. So from this page, all you do is click Maximo, or click this link. It'll bring up the standard start screen. This is going to be Maximo, and this is going to be LISTS1, and click sign in. And this is just the default dummy start center they've got set up. We're not going to stay here, so what I am going to do is go to the most powerful option in Maximo, the go to menu. I'm going to click on it, and failure codes are under assets, so we go to assets and we scroll down to the bottom of the assets list with our mouse to failure codes. This demo version of Maximo has some of these kind of set up for different things like pipe failures, and I haven't looked at these yet. So these are the failure class, which Steve would have had here, BPU code, and under failure code I changed that to description, and so they've got their failure code here is pipes, and the description is failure pipes. If you need more than what you can type in this box, there's always a long description. So they did this one. This is kind of their root level for pipes. You can have leaks, you can have stoppages, and you can have low pressures. And for each of these, they kind of picked, they entered some causes and remedy. That doesn't look like a fully developed list. So say if they just wanted to work on leaks. With leaks, they have these possible causes for the leak and one possible remedy. With stopped, they only have obstruction, and if we go back to leak, we don't see obstruction here, so that's fine. This screen right now is only showing the codes for the causes for a leak and the remedies for a leak. If we go to low pressure, it changed. Now we can see low pressure, obstruction, they didn't give a description of it, and a remedy, remove obstruction, they didn't give a description of it. And so you can see as you click on each one of these problem codes, you can see it's options change, and this is entirely freeform stuff. You build it as you need to. You can go as complex or simple as you want. Bottom line is you want it simple enough that it's easy to work with, but complex enough that it catches most of the causes and most of the remedies. And over time you can use this to make reports to show you what your problems are, generally what the cause of those problems were, and generally what the remedies were. It also helps the people as once we get past this, and I'll show you with the work order, they can go to that failure codes tab on the work order. They can put in the problem that they see, and they will see a list of causes for that problem. And so it not only helps you record metrics, it helps the people in the field use that same information to diagnose and treat the problems that they see without a whole lot of guesswork. But it all depends on how much work you do up front of this as to what you get on the other side. So for the example, example's sake here, we're going to start a new failure code. And because this is a demo site, I have no idea how this is going to perform. I did kind of a dumb one earlier just to test thing out. Let me tell this no to change this, and I'll show you what I did. I just made one here called Pickles. I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to come in here and try this out, and I come up with some different descriptions: nasty, uncooked, overcooked, and I came up with some different problems, causes, and remedies for those. And it didn't have any bugs here, but that doesn't mean when I go through this example with Steve's information that I won't come across one. So going by Steve's, I'm going to do his WD01 first. WD01, and the description was water service line. And problems. The first problem he had was water running inside. So there's not enough room here. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 8 characters you can put in here for the failure code. So this might mean that you want to come back and either use abbreviations for these, and then a description for those to, in other words, break this problem code column into 2 columns. The first part of the column give either abbreviations or number codes that you want to use, and the other column put in a description. For now, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to make abbreviations, and we'll see how this goes. So we're going to call this water running inside. We're going to call it WAT argument water run. I'm going to hit my tab key, and it opens up this next field, so I can put in the description. And I'm going to go for the possible causes for this one. So I'm going to go here, causes for water running inside. Let's see here, let's go for broken pipe. I'm just going to call it VRO pipe. And what are remedies for broken pipe using Steve's list here? Let's see here. Let's go for turn off. And let's see what other ones you might have. I'm making this one up, replace pipe. And just so I have another code here, ignore problem. Probably not a good idea. just putting it here for an example. So if we have water running for a problem, the causes that we know that we can treat are a broken pipe. The remedies that we can use for that is to turn off the service, replace the pipe, or ignore the problem, which I don't think the customer would appreciate, but nonetheless, those are the things that we want to do. So at this point, I'm just going to save it, just so I don't lose what I've already done. And say I want to add some more things to this. So causes, problems. Let's come up with another problem. Let's go no water. I'm just picking some out of here out of his list for water service line. That's a problem. No water. Causes for no water. Let's see, broken pipe. Broken pipe. Since that one we already entered in before on the water running, and then we saved it, it became available in the database when I put in the failure code. Remedies for broken pipe are again, because we used that description in the remedies for water running, we didn't have to retype it all in. Let's go for a new cause. And you notice as I put this new cause in, I don't have any remedies here yet because I haven't put any remedies, I haven't filled anything out yet. So broken pipe, let's pick another one here. Plugged line. What are the remedies for plugged line? Flush water service. Flush serve. Service. We can also see any other remedies that he's got here that might work. So we'll just leave that one as it is, just one remedy for that. Let's save it so we don't lose that work. Let's go for one more here for this little demo. Let's use water quality. Water quality. Causes for water quality. Let's see here. We could say broken pipe. And we've already used that before, so it auto-populated the box. That one's come up with a question box. In other words, it sees several options. So in this demo, somebody has used replace and replace brakes and replace EP, replace machine part. We don't want to use either one of those, so I'm going to hit cancel. And it removed those codes there. We're going to say replace pipe. And that one was already in the database, so it auto-populated the field for us. Let's come up with another remedy. turn off. I think that one we already put in. Let's see. Yep, it already did that one. So those are two good. That's a cause and a remedy. Let's put some more causes and remedies, but let me save this first. So we're still on water quality. We need more causes for water quality problems. And let's say, try to find one here that he's already used. I don't see anything here that stands out to me. We can use corrosion. Corrosion of internal pipes. Remedy of this. Replace line on equipment. That one was already in there. I'll just leave it. That one again was already in there. We'll leave it. And corrosion. Flush, and we'll just say flush. Not slush. Flush line. Flush lines. We'll go for one more cause of water quality. Customer damage. Customer damage. What's the remedy for that? We're just going to say on this one, turn off. Again, since that one's already in there, it should fill it out. Good deal. So just a little short example. I kind of went off the path a little bit from some of the problems, causes, and remedies that Steve has on his sheet. And so in doing so, you can kind of see that you can create different paths from these problem, causes, and remedies. I don't have a good way at this point to tell you how to do that, but it's something that should probably be worked out the paper ahead of time so somebody would know how to key in this information. So say water running inside, you want to say for that one, we can always say it's a broken pipe, customer damage, utility worker damage, I don't know, maybe something happened inside, burst meter if it's inside the house, corrosion in the pipe inside the house, maybe they've got galvanized pipe, I don't know, maybe it's something messed up inside the house from that. And then you can have the different remedies for each one of those. So this list, even though it's a small set of information, the combinations you can build from this list is quite a few. Just so we can say I'm sure there's more combinations with that, but there's at least 2016 possible combinations just for water service line. Obviously, you don't want to use all the combinations. That's ridiculous. You want to use the common ones that you know you're going to encounter. So you just have to keep that in mind as you're working on these problem cause and remedies for inside of Maximo. So let's go back into Maximo. We've got these set up. We're calling the failure class WD01. Let's go in and create a work order. And actually, since how you guys are going to be doing service tickets, I'll just create a service ticket. I don't do these all the time because we don't use them at the water plant. But I can at least show you kind of how it works. So let's go to service requests. We're going to create a new one. Okay, this is the demo database, so I'm going to go through these little double arrows and just pull people's names out because I don't want to put in all the information for me. So let's go reported by, select value. We'll just try and pick the first thing that comes up. So we're going to say this is Tom Revis. Reported this. It'll bring in all Tom's names. Summary, customer. Customer complains about water. We'll leave it blank. Say there isn't many details. We'll leave the rest of this stuff kind of empty for now. Let's just save it. And let's create a work order for this. So they've obviously got some kind of workflow built with this, which is fine. And so it's going to take the information out of this and fail because it doesn't have everything built that it needs because I didn't put in the site information. Site. We're going to want to do Bedford. Let's try this again. Change the status. New. Progress. Save. Let's create a work order from this. Work order 1317, so let's go to the work order tracking application. As you can see, it's already brought in the information I had on the service ticket. And let's just go right to failure class. So let's use the one we entered. As you can see, this list here only shows 20 of the values, and the value we want is the last one. Let's go back here real quick and show this. You can also go to the failure codes application since I already filled that out, and you'll see all this information, and you can return with the value. Let's just return. And I'm going to remove this for a second. Since how we know we're water distribution, you can just go in WD and tab and hit enter, and it'll bring up any of the codes with WD in it. And this is the one we did, so we're going to call it water service line. Problem code. Let's look at the problem codes here that were available. Water running inside, water quality, or no water. Let's just say water was let's go to water quality because we had more options here. So I'm just going to save this for a moment. We don't have to. I'm just saving it. And you'll notice we have a tab here for the work order called failure reporting. So if I'm a tech and I see that this customer is complaining about water quality, that's the quality code. Let's click here and see what failure codes we have. We have corrosion of internal pipes, customer damage, broken pipe. Let's just say it's a broken pipe. And what are the two possibilities? If it's a broken pipe, we can either turn off the service or replace the pipe. I'd say we'll probably turn off the service. And so right here you can see from what the hierarchy we built already, the problem was water quality, the cause was a broken pipe, remedy was turn off the customer service and let the customer know they're going to have to get their pipes fixed. So and one quick thing, we've found the problem, found the cause, found the remedy, and this is all predetermined information. In other words, the tech or the end user isn't free-forming these fields. The problem with that is it would be nearly impossible to find any kind of trends with free-form text information, which is kind of the problem with doing failure reporting from a log. Yeah, you can create a log here, and for most of the work that we do at Nerman Water, we just put work, put the text name, I said replace broken pipe, and we saved it. So if you had 10 guys and they all went out to deal with customer complaints about water, saying it tastes nasty, whatever, and the end result was that there was a broken pipe and you had to shut off the water, and you didn't have that failure reporting, all you had were the logs, you would probably get 20 completely different answers in the logs as to what the cause was. Some people would be more extensive and say, yeah, the customer had a broken line just after their meter inside the house, I shut off their water. Somebody might just say broken pipe. There's no easily recordable or mineable information in the logs. The log is very important though, it has its purpose, but it's probably not a good one to use for metrics. So this failure reporting gives you that capability, and you can kind of force the end user into using the problems, causes, and remedies for that particular type of problem. So let's save it. Say found out later it was really not that problem, cause, and remedy. You can go through here and remove these. You can save it. You can go back to the work order tab, and the failure class is still here, but now the problem code is gone. We don't even have to start here. We can go right to the failure reporting tab. You also notice here it gives that same water service line failure class as we had on this work order. We're not going to change this because we only had one failure class. Let's go back to failure reporting. It had failed date and time. This is generally going to be the default date and time from the system, but you can change this to whatever actual date time it was. You can put in some remarks here, quick description, remark date. Actually, this would, you probably want this reported information here when it got reported on the work order, and then the end user field tech would be able to put in information here and a date. There's also a long description box that they could free-form a long description if they wanted to, say if whatever failure codes you have here aren't sufficient and maybe you need to add some, they'd be able to do it here, or they could do it in the log. So we're not going to do that. Let's just go back here to failure codes. Let's say water running inside. Already we don't have any other causes that we've put in our hierarchy for the problem of water running inside. Immediately it jumps to broken pipe because that's what we put in here, and it gives us the solutions to that. So we can either turn off the customer's water, which they'd probably be happy for because it won't flood their house anymore. We can be really great service company and replace their pipe for them, or we could be an evil company and just ignore the problem and let their house fill up with water. So if I do replace pipe, then it gets the problem, cause, and remedy, fills all those out for you, and there's some reporting in here. Sadly though, I can't use it because in the demo database they don't have the reporting module active, so I can click on this all day long and it won't do anything for me. But kind of in a nutshell, that's how the problem, cause, and failure works in Maximo. And I think what Steve's Green's done here with his Excel spreadsheet is an excellent start. But as you can see, as I work through the example, you can already see some need for refinement to that Excel spreadsheet. Hope it's been helpful. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me or Starboard. This is a module I don't have that much experience with, but it is really fairly simple to set up and use. So anyway, hope this was helpful to you.